What's going on, everybody? It's Nick with Facemask Fantasy. Today, we're going to look at rookie wide receiver A.T. Perry, fresh off an excellent performance in the Saints' first preseason game against Kansas City. The Saints traded up in the 2023 draft to select Perry with the 195th overall pick. So he's likely a bit of a long-term project, but still took advantage of an opportunity to play with the primary backups as a sixth rounder. Perry joins a Saints wide receiver core that already boasts a bona fide top receiving threat right now and for years to come in Chris Olave. Nobody is supplanting him anytime soon. The other obvious name to see a lot of targets this year is Michael Thomas, who is trying to consistently stay on the field following 3 injury-riddled seasons. Thomas is now 30 and has played in just 8 games since the end of the 2019 season. He's healthy now coming into camp, so we can assume for now that he's actually a decent gamble at his current ADP. But questions about his durability won't go away until he can log another season where he plays double-digit games. The other starter at receiver is Rashid Shaheed, who had a really nice 5-game stretch to end last season, so he's the current favorite to stay involved to start 2023. Shaheed did pick up a groin injury that's expected to keep him out for the rest of the preseason, but he's reportedly going to be fine by week 1. Given concerns about Thomas's health and Shaheed's minimal track record, there is room for any other player to step up in this Saints receiving core, which brings us to Perry. Against the Chiefs, Perry went for 6 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. And while it came against second stringers, Perry got into the game early. He scored in the first quarter, so these were some somewhat meaningful snaps. So, who is A.T. Perry, and how likely is he to carve out any sort of role in year 1? Perry played 4 years at Wake Forest, but contributed minimally as a redshirt freshman and sophomore. He totaled just 19 catches his first 2 collegiate seasons, but flourished in 2021 as a redshirt junior. In 14 games that year, he totaled 71 catches on 135 targets for 1,293 receiving yards and 15 touchdowns. Stellar numbers across the board, averaging a tick over 18 yards per catch. He followed that up nicely in 2022, when he had 81 catches on 129 targets for 1,096 yards and 11 touchdowns in 13 games played. The yards per catch went down, but the efficiency and target share went up. Of course, playing at Wake Forest means playing against generally lesser competition on a week-to-week basis. But 150 catches over his final 2 seasons was thought to be enough for Perry to hear his name called much sooner than where he was actually selected. That's not how things shook out, though. Perry has very good length, standing at 6'3" and weighing around 200 pounds. He's also got good speed for his size, having run a sub 4.5 in the 40-yard dash. Of course, Thomas is just as big, so as of right now, the Saints don't have a glaring need for Perry's size. He'll mix into the rotation in developmental situations, such as mop-up duty, or perhaps here and there when Thomas needs a break. Nevertheless, this is a player draft pundits thought would have been selected on day 2, or earlier on day 3 at the very least. Perhaps the number of drops he accumulated in college was something that turned a lot of teams off, so he has something clear to focus on as he takes his first steps into his NFL development. But he likely won't be asked to significantly contribute right away with the group of receivers New Orleans does have to work with. It is noteworthy, though, that Thomas is the wideout here with potential durability issues, so if he's forced to miss time, Perry would be a potential natural to step up as a bigger physical receiver. Considering his pre-draft expectations, Perry is a sneaky good stash in deeper dynasty leagues. Thomas is 30, and his prime is likely behind him. While the Saints would likely address wide receiver when the time comes they feel the need to actually replace Thomas, there's time between now and then for Perry to have a chance to develop into a more regular contributor, much like his path played out at Wake Forest. We're not expecting even a top 50 finish at the position for Perry this year, so he'll stay on waivers in redraft leagues as long as Thomas doesn't miss extended time. Even if he does, Perry probably wouldn't profile as an immediate add unless he blows expectations out of the water much sooner than expected. So he doesn't currently have any value in these redraft leagues, but go ahead and keep an eye on him just in case he continues to make his case as the preseason progresses. We'll, of course, continue to monitor this situation as it develops, but what do you guys think? Put any thoughts you have in the comment section below, and we can have a conversation about this. Till then, this is Nick with Facemask Fantasy. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening.